What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the We Run on Coffee podcast with Marissa and Arika. Hope you guys are having a great week and a happy Wednesday if you're listening when we release this. And we're so excited for this week's episode. We're going to be talking about things we've been loving recently. You might be asking yourself, how is this different from Marissa and Arika's top 10 of the month? It's really not very much. We just don't have 10 items, and some of mine are more themed around ideas of things I've been loving. So We're really, really excited for this week. But let's start off with Marissa. What are you drinking?
I just have water. So if you guys listen to the book club episodes, you know that we were drinking our coffee then, and this is our second episode of the day. So
double header, guys.
Double header. Just got some water.
Nice. Love that. Yes, I same. We, like I said, we're doing a double, or like Marissa said, we're doing a double header. And so instead of talking about our past week, which we did in last week's episode, check it out, we're going to talk about what we're excited for in the upcoming week. So Marissa, what are you looking forward to?
Okay, so today, right now, is Sunday. It's Mother's Day, which don't let me forget. I need to text my mom. Yes. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. I haven't texted you yet because I was up pretty early. I got up at 6:30 and I just kind of forgot first thing in the morning. Yeah. But it is Mother's Day, and today I'm actually pretty busy. So this is my second episode that we're recording of the podcast, and I'm just doing some laundry right now, getting some household chores done. But I also need to go to the grocery store and prepare because I have a friend coming over on Tuesday.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that's so soon.
Yes. And on top of like preparing for her to come over and like finishing up cleaning and like getting groceries and stuff, I have 2 charge meetings today. So I have one at 3 p.m. and then I have one from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And it's a lot, but it is okay. I will get everything done. I'm actually really excited for both of the meetings. I feel like they're going to be really good, and it's going to give me like a good perspective on these 2 teams that I'm going to be working with. So that's super exciting. And then, like I said, my friend's coming on Tuesday. So I'm super excited because this weekend on Friday, I'm getting on a northbound train past Philly going to New York City.
Wow, that's so exciting. I can't believe it's actually here. We've been talking about it a little bit, but it's finally time.
I'm super excited. Yeah, like I said, she's coming on Tuesday, and unfortunately her flight gets in at around 11:30, and I don't get off work until 2:30, so I was like, I'm sorry, you're going to have to eat at the airport, and then I'm going to meet you at the metro. I can't do anything about it because all my friends work first shift with me as well. And so I'm going to go pick her up from there, and then we're just going to have probably a chill week, and she might help me or see me pack a little bit because I got to get started packing.
Wow.
I only have 25 days. So
bro, that's crazy.
I got to get packing, but
you do.
We'll have a pretty chill week, not too much, but then we're taking the train into New York, and I don't really know what we're doing yet. But I know we're going to the How I Met Your Mother restaurant, which it's not called that. It's called McGee's. Yes. And I'm excited to go there. They have really cool themed cocktails. And the cocktails, they're only like $12 or $13, which
pretty normal.
Way cheaper than I was expecting to see. But that'll probably be our like big budget item is going to dinner there and like splurging on like the cool meals and the themed cocktails. And then I found a couple of cool events happening like in the, I forget the name of the district, but like where Stonewall happened. Mm-hmm. And if you don't know what that is, it was like the big liberation movement of LGBTQ plus people in New York City. And it was like it was a really tragic time, but it was really liberating. So I found a couple of events happening around there, and I thought it would be really cool to go and check out with her. And then, what else? That's really all we have planned. We're staying like right off of Central Park, so I could see us going for like morning walks around Central Park.
Oh, yeah.
And Arika gave us a list, so we're probably going to go to the Grand Central Station, of course.
You must.
And then we're going to get like all of these like niche coffee shops and like bagels. We have to go to an authentic bodega and get some bagel sandwiches. And then that's really all we have planned. Of course, we're going to get some New York style pizza and
yum.
I could just see us like we're really chill people. We travel by food just like me and Kyle do, and that's why I like hanging out with her so much because like we do a lot of things like the same. So I could see us just like waking up, walking to a coffee shop, going on a walk around like the Central Park area or walking to Times Square and then literally just coming home and chilling out.
Nice. Yeah, that'll be really, really fun. But I'm so excited for you guys.
Yeah, that's really it coming up like immediately, and then it's going to be Memorial Day weekend right after, which is wild.
Yeah, that's true.
And then Kyle moves in like 2 weeks after that. And then
my God.
if you're a real one and you listen to
Busy.
the last episode, then Kyle moves in and then I immediately start training for a half marathon. So
yeah. Oh my God, you're gonna be packed in, girl.
I know. But I'm
That's
getting
wild.
really excited for all of my summer plans that we talked about like 2 episodes ago because it's all
Yes.
happening soon.
It's happening fast. I didn't even realize that.
I know. What
Oh
are
my
you looking
God.
forward to though?
Oh, whoop. Just spilled my leftover coffee. Okay. I this week don't have a lot of fun things. I have 3 doctor's appointments this week, so not exciting. I have to go I have therapy. I have to go to the gynecologist, thumbs down.
Thumbs
and
down.
I have the orthodontist to get my hooks fixed. That's been broken for 2 weeks, but whatever. Not fun things, but things I am looking forward to are before next time we talk, our pool will be open. So
Yes.
I don't know if I'll be able to go when it opens. Like, I don't know how busy it's going to be, but I want to try to do that. And my May date night with Angela, which I have like quite a few ideas of what I want to do. We always do it as like a surprise and I can't decide. So I realized, oh my gosh, I'm going to definitely write them all on note cards like they do on TikTok and make him blindly pick what it's going to be. So I will definitely report back once we pick something. Have some nail appointments coming up. I have coffee with Vernita, Angela's sister. So a lot of random things over the next like 2 weeks until we see each other again. But nothing super, super crazy. I'm trying to take it easy. So like, you know, I don't have any more problems.
Yes. if
crazy.
you're a real one and you listen to the last
You know.
episode, you know Erica's last week was wild.
You know about the train fire.
The train fire, literally.
The train fire of 2023. Yeah.
Not
So
not
that's
the
really
only
exciting.
one though. There's been a lot of train fires
God.
this year.
You're telling me. My stepdad actually works for Norfolk Southern, and he was like, this is what I think the issue is. Like, just be careful, blah, blah, blah. And so it was nice at least that I could send him some info, and he could give me some insight. But he made the joke. He was like, oh, didn't know Norfolk Southern had pedestrian trains. I was like, yeah, LOL. Like, no kidding. Literally just lights up on the track. Cool.
Crazy.
But yeah, so that is what we're looking forward to, which is really exciting. And in the same theme, we're just going to start talking about things we've been loving recently, which I'm really, really excited about. We decided to just, I don't know, switch it up. We usually do our top 10, but we didn't have 10 items, to be fully honest. And also, like, we don't really have a lot of themes. These are just random things we've been loving recently, and I love listening to episodes like this on other podcasts. So I'm really excited, and I'll let you get started because I know you have a few more than me. So what have you been loving recently?
Okay, so we're going to start with music and podcasts. So I'm going to start, it's not in the order that's on my list, but I think that you'll just love this. So one of the podcasts that I've been loving recently is Ladies and Tangents.
Have you loving it?
Yeah.
Ah, freaking out. Okay, this was my recommendation to Marissa. I was like, I just think you're going to like it, and I'm so glad you do.
Yeah, I listened to it, like, I haven't started, like, back at the beginning because sometimes when I do that with episodes, I'm like, I just want to know what's happening now. So I've been listening to, like, some of their recent episodes, and I really like how they have, like, a bunch of different, like, sections, I guess, like you could say. Like, they have a bunch of different themes. So they'll do, like, a rotating list of, like, 4 or 5 different themes, and that's, like, all that they do. And I kind of love that. So that's what I've been,
really
like,
cool.
loving so far about theirs.
I love that they're from Ohio, which is really cool. They live in Cleveland, so Ohio's got to represent. But yeah, Ladies and Tangents were literally regular Ohio girls until the pandemic, and they went viral on TikTok, and now they're just full-time podcasters. Like, it's their life just completely turned upside down. But they're so fun and funny and relatable and realistic, and they just are random. Like, they just have tangents, which I completely relate to because half the time we talk about the most random things on this podcast, I feel like.
No, literally.
So I relate to them, but I'm so glad you've been loving it. That's exciting.
I love them. And
I have a podcast as well, so
Really?
I'm excited. Yeah. I have a podcast that's very weird. Not weird, but very random is what I mean to say. It's called Dear Abby, just like the, you know, the advice column in the newspaper, like back in the day, if you will. But it's called Dear Abby Podcast. And I listen to, there's an influencer named Chelsea Jade. And more famously, there's an influencer named JC Marie. Sometimes people call her JC Jenner because people think that Kylie Jenner copies her. And it's actually in delusion. She knows it's, well, I don't know. Maybe she thinks it's real. But she just always makes the jokes because why not? Like, literally, she dyed her hair red. Kendall dyed her hair red. She wore an outfit. Kendall wears the same outfit. And there are like tons of themes. But her and Chelsea Jade, who I mentioned, have a podcast together called That's What We Said. Really, really good. Highly recommend if anyone's interested. They do the same idea as Ladies and Tangents. They do like a rotating few things. So they'll do like breakup stories or advice. They're very, very big on YouTube. So they have like a lot of listeners that write in. Write us in, by the way.
Please.
I wish we had a lot of listeners that wrote into us because we would love to give advice. But Abby is Chelsea's sister, and she is actually, I've mentioned her on this podcast before. She's like a certified yogi, and I took her yoga course online. And she started a podcast that's called Dear Abby. You can write or call in and ask for advice. And it literally, she just does advice. But she has these different segments too, where she's like, this is the mental health update of the week. And she'll give a mental health update. She struggles with OCD and a couple other conditions that she talks about. And she's just relaxing to listen to. Like, her voice is really relaxing. Everything she talks about is fun. She loves video games, which I think is really cool and niche. And I just love listening to her talk. So Dear Abby podcast, everyone go listen to it. It is so good. It's definitely smaller. She just started it, but her podcast is her eating ramen noodles. So you'll know it's the one. It's so cute, but I love it.
Okay, well, while we're on the train of podcasts, I have another podcast that I am going to shout out, and it kind of goes along with like the other thing in my music and podcast section. So the podcast is called The Freddie Show, but it's not spelled F-R-E-E-D-Y. It's F-R-D-I, and it stands for Feels Right, Don't It? And it's just like these two guys. One of them, his name is Nick, and the other one, he goes by Cakes. And I just started listening to it like a couple like days ago, but I just like it. They're like short episodes. They're anywhere between like 20 minutes and an hour. Like, they don't really have huge long episodes. And if you listen to them on Spotify, they also have like the video feature, so you can watch them. And sometimes I like doing that just to like have another like thing up. But they just like talk about whatever, and they're these two guys, and I typically don't listen to podcasts by men. All the ones that I listen to are by women, but they're really funny, and they just do like a bunch of random things, and I find it like super cool, and it's just like relaxing and entertaining to have on in the background. And the way that I found this podcast is by the other thing on my list. Okay. And the guy, Nick, that I like mentioned about him, like having him being in the podcast, he also makes music. And his name is Nick D, N-I-C space D.
If you are a real one, you'll remember that from the Spotify Wrapped episode.
Yes. And I have been like loving his music for like months now. Like, I've obviously mentioned it when we did the Spotify Wrapped episode like 2 or 3 months ago. Yeah. And he just came out with a new album on May 12th. And today is May 14th, so 2 days ago. And it's called Like Honey. And it is just so soothing to listen to.
I'll have to check it out.
And I put 2 songs that I really have been loving by him recently. Yeah. So one is on the album, and it's called IRL, and that one's super good. I highly recommend. You should definitely listen to it. Okay. And then he also has a song called Upsides, and that one's really good as well. And he's an independent artist, so he's not signed with any label, and their podcast is also independent. They're not with any media company either. Yeah. And they do all of their stuff independent, and it's honestly so good. And like Nick D, he just puts out music all the time. Like, he puts out a new song. They have a website called the Freddie Fam, and on that website he releases a new song every week.
Yeah, and that is crazy.
He just has so much like backlogged music. Like, he's always making content, and because he's not signed with a label, he can literally release it whenever he wants. And I just love it because like there's always something new from him.
That's awesome. I know that I have a couple songs on rotation from him, and I'm sure I just got them from like the Discover Weekly or whatever, because I listen to those a lot. But I'm definitely going to look that up after I'm writing it down.
Yes, you should. I can even send you a list because the album art is so cute, honestly. Like, I have it pulled up on my phone because it was literally the last thing that I was listening to. But look at how cute that album art is. Cute.
I do be judging a book by its cover, though. I love a cute album cover.
Yeah. And he's actually from only an hour from where I live right now. And he lives there still. No way.
That's cool.
It's
Maybe
crazy.
You'll meet him.
I know. And I sent a picture because I sent a picture to my friend Owen because she's single and she's like trying to find like cute men in the area. And I sent her a picture because like he's conventionally attractive. So I sent her a picture and she was like, he is really cute. And I was like, he's married with 2 kids. I'm sorry.
Oh, shit.
Oopsies.
Oh my gosh. Whoops. That's funny. Okay, I have some more that go along with the same theme that we've been on. I guess we're into like entertainment stuff recently because I have a couple more. My next one I've talked about on the podcast before, and I'll try not to get into it because you guys have probably heard it enough, but it's One Thing at a Time album by Morgan Wallen, like 36 songs, 2 hours of playtime. I listened to it on the road trip front to back to Marissa's house, and it got me all the way through all of Ohio, which is insane. And I just love it. I have to recommend everyone listen to it. I know that country is like probably the most controversial like music genre, to be honest. Like I know that Marissa's not so into country, and a lot of people I know aren't, but I want to say that if anyone's like bordering, you know, like some people are like, it's not the worst, it's not the best. A lot of his have like, some are really country, some are really pop, some are really like have a nice beat and are almost like, he doesn't rap. I'm not saying that they're rap, but it has that kind of music that he sings on. And so he has a lot of different themes, and some of the songs on the album, which I think is really cool, he on Spotify, like at the top of his album, they have like a little video and you can hit play, which I've not seen before. And he just talks about the album and how it came to be. And a lot of these songs, or some of these songs, he wrote in 2015.
Oh, wow.
Almost 10 years ago. And so they just like collected them all. He was like, I just had a bunch of random songs and I thought, why not release them if I have them? Like, why just keep holding on to it until it's the right time? So that's why the album's so big, is he just like decided to let them all go at once. But out of the, let me see, 36 songs. Out of the 36 songs, I'm going to give you guys my top ones, okay? So, here we go. Man Made a Bar. This is a very good one. It's a story about how God made the world. He made men, he made women, but he didn't make a place to go when a woman breaks your heart. So man made a bar, which is just a funny story. I think it's hilarious and like so cute. Listen to that. There's one called Ain't That Some. In the song, it says, Ain't That Some COUNTRY, and it just spells country, which is so stupid, but so catchy. You know those songs you just can't get out of your head. It doesn't matter. Really good. Sunrise mentions Cincinnati, Ohio, so you gotta listen to that one if you're an Ohio kid. Let's see, a couple more that I want to just shout out. Everyone's like, shut up. There's one called Tennessee Fan, and there's a country conspiracy that this song called Tennessee Fan is also about this other singer, and her name is Megan Maroney, and she has a song called Tennessee Orange, and she says, I'm wearing Tennessee Orange for him, even though she's from Georgia and she's a Georgia fan. And his song is saying, I turned her into a country fan, I turned her into a Tennessee fan, she comes to the games with me, she wears my orange hat. They're eerily similar. So welcome to the country conspiracy world. And Don't Think Jesus, 180. I know this is a lot. That's it. I'll stop there. No, Dying Man. Last one. So even though that sounded like a lot of songs, it's only a fraction of this freaking album. And I want everyone to take a listen. If you're medium on country, or if you have an open mind, just give it a chance. And if you're one of my personal friends and you want to know which song would best tailor to your music taste, hit me up, because I've listened to it so many goddamn times I could probably tell you.
So crazy.
So that's mine.
I think that's interesting though, because the album that Nick D put out, he like I said, puts out a bunch of music, so he has a bunch of singles, but this album was completely unreleased music as well, so it didn't have like any of his previously like released singles on it, which I loved. It's
so unique for people to do that, and I've actually kind of seen a trend with that recently of people just saying like, oh, I'm just going to start putting out songs. Don't care if they're on an album. Like, I'm just going to put them out, because why wait? Like, I get it.
Well, if they're like assigned to a label, sometimes they have to wait, and like they can only put out so many songs whenever is necessary according to their contracts. But that's why I like Nick D. He can just keep putting out music because he has no label.
I love it.
Okay, so kind of on the same vein, that's all of my music/podcasts, but on to tech things. So my first thing is Arika being an IT god and basically fixing all of our mic issues recently.
Oh my god, wow, that's something you've been loving recently.
Yes.
I'm honored. An IT god, wow. Yes. I'll make sure I tell everyone at work that I got that title.
Yeah, even though it's only from me and it absolutely means nothing. Oh my god,
but literally.
I think... I mean, honestly, right now, guys, I don't really know what's been happening with all of our mic issues. Like, we literally had no issues until I got a mic, I swear. And then it ruined everything.
No, I had issues. I just didn't share them. I was just, like, secretly in the background, like, okay, I gotta fix this.
But I don't know what happened today. Usually when we record, I can't hear myself in my headphones when we're recording on the mic, but it's working perfectly fine right now.
Which is so good. And by the way, if you're listening and you've never used a microphone, it might not sound like a crazy thing, but it's extremely helpful to be able to hear yourself, because we wear headphones and we speak into a microphone, and when you can't hear yourself, you talk louder. So you can hear yourself, and it's nice to be able to have the feedback going through your ears, which, by the way, I can right now too. So super helpful for us. Mine is spotty, but you know, we're getting there.
We're figuring it out.
We're on episode 19 out of starting our podcast from literally nothing with no experience. So I would say we're doing pretty good, and we'll eventually get there.
I think we're doing pretty good as well. I think we're moving into the semi-professional maybe understanding things space.
We're almost at 1,000 total plays, so keep listening, guys.
We are.
Yeah, so that's really exciting. And by the way, I have a life update. I'm going to interject here because this is a really cool life update, and I don't know if you already know this. I don't think you do. But on my work retreat, I should have said this in the last ep or at the beginning of this one. It's nothing to do with things I've been loving. Maybe it is. I love it. I'm at my work retreat, and I have my friend Joy, who I'd never met in real life, but we just we always say that we're twins because we just have similar personalities. We both have moms that had us when they were super young, and we just have a lot of similarities. So we hung out on this work trip, and it only solidified our friendship. We were so excited to meet each other, and we always talk about our personal lives together because she, at Lawline, where I work, I've never name dropped Lawline. Ooh, spicy. You get some tea now. At Lawline, where I work, she is a video producer and editor. Mm-hmm. So she does a lot of creative video work, which I obviously do in my personal life for my YouTube. So we're always talking. And on the trip at a dinner, we were just talking about YouTube, and she asked me about it. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm only 8 people away from 1,000 subscribers. I'm so excited.
That's so close because it wasn't that high when you were here last week.
No, it really has been growing, and I need to make another video that pops off, to be honest, so I can really get it up there. But she was like, oh my God, that's so cool. I'm thinking of starting a blog, and we just got into the creative discussion. And the next morning we had Shark Tank, which we do every year, and our employees give a Shark Tank pitch, and then our company will we'll all vote, and the most voted one, the company will implement it into reality. They at least try to, which is really, really cool. So this year only 2 people had ideas, but one person presented on the blockchain, which was very confusing, but by the end we all understood it, and it was genius. So shout out Alex, he's so cool, and we're going to be using the blockchain at work, which is so cool. And then Joy had one, and her idea was to create a space of some sort, which she was like, honestly, it's a Slack channel, to be honest, but some sort of space. So a Slack channel where people at our work share their personal things, their personal projects. And she said, ever since the pandemic, we went, virtual, and we think about work and life. And someone at this retreat actually asked us, we had a professional development speaker, Sherry Schwartz. I'm so sorry, I can't pronounce that, but shout out. She's really cool. And she teaches frame of mind coaching, which is a certain kind of coaching, but she asked everybody, what do you really, really want? And that was her main question. You had to really think about it. Think about what you want more than anything in the world. And people were like, work or personal life? And she said, think about what you really, really want. She's like, I'm not answering that. And the next day when Joy gave this pitch, she was like, those are not 2 things. Work is a part of your life. And she was like, at work, we're always so strict about this is work. This is what we're talking about. And sometimes people are even scared to share their personal projects at work because you don't want people to think you're not doing your work when you share about your personal project or whatever. And so she proposed that we create a space where we can do that and be empowered to do that and feel really good about it and just hype ourselves up and share what we're doing, which everyone loved this idea. And then she said, and I want to take a moment to shout out Arika's YouTube channel. And I was like, what? And she was like, she's 8 people away from 1,000, you guys. There's 20 of us in here. We can get her there. And I think that this would be something that's really awesome. And so I did hit 1,000 subscribers over the weekend. I'm screaming. I'm at 1,004 and counting. I just got one while we were recording. Another one of my coworkers.
You're about to be viral and famous.
I can't believe it. And I was just like, that is so exciting because I've been working relentlessly for the last 5 years, just putting out 1 video a week because I freaking love it. But also when you do something like this, I'm like, yeah, 1,000 would be cool. 1,000's when I can unlock ads. So I have exceeded 1,000, and now I just have 1 more requirement to reach before I can get ads on my YouTube, which would be absolutely insane and my dream job. So I just wanted to shout that out. That is something I've been loving.
Yes, that is amazing. I'm so happy for you.
Thanks, Joy, by the way. Yeah, it was just so exciting. And I was like, that was so not necessary, but it is something that I'm not going to walk into my work and be like, everyone subscribe, I'm almost to 1,000, get me there. That is so not my personality, and it's not comfortable for anyone to do. So I think that her proposal too was a really cool idea. I'm like, yeah, I would love to be able to share my things with people who want to see them. I don't want to just be subscribe. I only want people to watch who want to, and who are into what I do. Which one of my coworkers came up to me after, and he was like, hey, I was your 1,000 subscriber, so don't forget about me. Just so you know, I was 1,000. He was like, other mic was $9.99. I was 1,000. I was like, I'll remember. He said, I saw your the tote bag unboxing video. I didn't watch it yet, but I will. And I was like, by the way, you don't have to if you're not into the tote bag. Yeah. So that's my story, and I'm very excited.
Yay, that's so exciting. Like I said, I'm just so happy for you. I know how much effort you put into your power, your personal projects, or your I don't know, just the things that we enjoy outside of work.
They're my life. I'm my podcast and my YouTube are my favorite things to do. It does not feel like we're working. It's just oh, this is fun. So that was really cool.
Yay.
So it is something I've been loving, but also I wanted to interject that. And also I'm pretty sure I didn't say my next favorite yet, so I'll say that. But my next favorite is my last one in like this whole entertainment realm that we've been talking about, and it's GTA 5. You already know. I've been playing GTA 5 like it's nobody's business. I actually haven't though, because we've been traveling for the last week, but we're playing tonight. Dedicating time to GTA, and I'm obsessed. And Angelo and I are like impatiently awaiting GTA 6. We heard that it's going to come out holiday release 2024, so we'll see. That's like a while, but I did Google, and it said there was going to be a female protagonist in this one, which I'm looking forward to because it's always men. Yeah. As we know, video game industry. But yeah, GTA 5. That's all.
So exciting. Yeah. Okay, so my last thing kind of in like the online realm is using Google Profiles feature on Chrome to keep personal, podcast, and charge separate.
Yes. Oh, that's such a good thing we've been loving, because I love that too.
Yeah, I had done it like in the past. I tried to set it up. I wasn't like diligent about it, but I had tried to set up like the like on Chrome. If you look up in the top like right hand corner, you can see a little circle, and it has an icon, and it either means that you're on whatever profile you have set up. And this is really kind of obsolete for people that only do personal things on there, but when I'm doing charge things, and when I'm doing podcast things, and when I'm doing like personal things, it's super nice to just have everything in its own separate tab. And every single time I get on like Zoom or I like screen share with Arika, I'm like, just excuse the amount of tabs that I have up. But it's really nice because now I don't have as many tabs open, because I can have all my charge on one tab, I can have like all my podcasts on one, and then I can have all my personal on one.
That's a really good one, and it reminds me of something I should have said, which is Google Lens. Do you ever use that? Mm-mm. You can just take a picture of anything in the world, and it will find it on Google. And I'm obsessed. I'm a big Google girl though, because I don't have Apple, so like I don't have Safari, I don't have whatever, so I use Google for everything. And on my phone I have like this little Google search bar widget that just stays on my home screen, and you can't see it really on the video, but there's a little camera icon, and if you tap it, you can just take a picture of, like, I could take a picture of this book in front of me, It Ends With Us, and it would pull up a bunch of stores where I could buy it and how much it costs.
That's
just from
crazy.
A photo. So highly recommend that, and I should have added that, but I love the Google Profiles too. So we love it. Love Google right now.
Yes, we are. We are Google girlies.
Google girlies. Oh my God. I'm going to make a little gif of that to put on our Instagram. That's funny.
It's so annoying though, because I use Microsoft at work. So I'm like, so now I can put on my resume that I'm proficient in Google systems and Microsoft systems.
Yes, you can do that. Yeah, we use Google at work, which is super nice. Yeah. Love a Google Calendar moment. Mm-hmm. Awesome. Well, I think that then wraps up all of our tech online entertainment.
Yes, I think so. Okay. Only things that I have left are food and drink.
Oh, okay. Mine, I don't have any of those, but I do have one product. Very random. This was also a big hit on my work retreat, and it's Colgate Wisps, and it's those little toothbrushes that I use. So I use Colgate Wisps. If you've never heard of them, they're like really tiny. It's like a toothpick size almost, but it's a little mini toothbrush, and it has a little toothpaste capsule in the middle. So you can brush your teeth. You don't need water. Your saliva is enough. And then you just brush your teeth, and the little thing bursts, and then it's like brushing your teeth with toothpaste. And the reason I like these is because I can brush my teeth and put my Invisalign back in without having to go to the bathroom, without having to use my toothbrush and toothpaste, without having to find like an appropriate place to do it while I'm in public. I'll actually just do this at the table. It's honestly, to me, like not that big of a deal. I don't think it's gross or like anything. I don't do it while people are eating, but whatever. I was doing it on the retreat. I was sitting at the table just brushing my teeth after I was done eating, and I was trying to be like kind of sly, but I was just, doing it. And one of my coworkers was like, "Are you brushing your teeth?" And I was like, yeah, sorry. And they were like, "Oh, that's really cool. What is that thing?" And then I showed them, and I was like, "Do you want to try one?" And they were like, "Yeah." And then all the people around us were kind of like looking at us like, "What you guys doing?" And I was like, "We're brushing our teeth. You want to try it?" And so I ended up giving out, over the 3 or 2 full days I was there, I ended up giving out like maybe 20 of these Colgate Wisps to all my coworkers. We're all just sitting there brushing our teeth together. Actually, one of them does have Invisalign. I had no idea. He was like, "This is nice for Invisalign." I'm like, that's why I have it. And then a lot of other people were just like, "I just want them because it's nice. Like, it's nice to brush your teeth and like feel fresh after." So shout out Colgate Wisps. They're not like the cheapest thing, but to me they're worth it for the Invisalign journey. Yeah. So
So that way you don't have to like pack a toothbrush and a full toothpaste with you when you go everywhere.
So nice. Especially like when we went into DC, which we talked about in the last episode, I just threw a few in my fanny pack, and so I didn't have to have like my whole situation. So yeah, it's nice.
Yay. Okay, so my first one on my food and drink category is no-bake cookies. Do you know what these are?
Ooh, I've heard of it. Yeah, I've had them before, I think.
Yeah, so they are a peanut butter chocolate cookie, and it's super simple. The recipe is literally just butter, sugar, cocoa powder, peanut butter, vanilla extract, oats.
No way.
That's it.
Yeah. That's amazing.
So easy. And you don't have to bake them. And you literally just like, you boil all the ingredients together except for the oats and the peanut butter. And then once everything is boiled together, you add in the oats, you add in the peanut butter, you stir it up, you put it on a cookie sheet, and they're done and they're ready to eat.
I've eaten them, but I've never made them. That sounds so easy.
They are so easy, and they are so good. My mom used to make these all the time when I was a kid, and this is the second time I've made them like on my own since I've been living here. And every time I have to like message her, I'm like, "What's the recipe again?" Because I always forget the like measurements. But I made them again the other night, and they're so underrated. I keep forgetting.
I might have to get the recipe from you. That sounds really good.
They are so good.
I love that. I love making cookies at home because it's just so delicious, and then they're immediately ready and good.
Yes.
But that sounds like how easy it is to make the energy balls. Like same idea. It's probably just the same thing, and you make them in a ball or make them in a cookie, but I should definitely try that. Yeah. That sounds so yummy.
And you can make them just peanut butter because I know you're not the biggest chocolate fan.
Yeah.
So you could even take it out.
Butter.
I just don't know what you would replace it with because I feel like it needs the other ingredient in there to make it all kind of come together.
I like a chocolate peanut butter combo as long as the peanut butter is a little more. So maybe I would do that.
Well, you could always do like... I'm trying to think of like the ratio because if you add too much peanut butter, it's going to be too liquidy. But I think that you can figure out the right ratio. Just add a couple extra oats.
Yes, I'll have to experiment. That sounds delish. Wow. Okay, I don't have any foods to relate to, but the rest of mine are the ideas.
Okay.
And this sounds so weird and like abstract, but
I'm so excited to hear.
My first one, I'm excited too because these are random things I've been wanting to talk about in the pod, but I didn't have a good intro, which is kind of why I suggested like things we've been loving. Yeah. Because recently I've been loving life without TikTok.
Really?
And that is controversial. I know. I'm like, I can't believe it either. I deleted TikTok. I wonder how long ago. I should have like kept track. I know I told you like right when I did it. Maybe it was a month ago. Maybe it was longer even. But I deleted it for all of the security reasons that we've all heard about and like seen in the news. But my boyfriend was like explaining it to me because I think a lot of the times like when I was seeing the security issues that they do have in the news, no one was explaining what it meant. They were just like, oh, TikTok has this information. I'm like, okay, do I care? Okay. No, like all my other apps have information, like they're tracking me anyway. I had that kind of mindset and I still do. But Angelo kind of explained to me further what it meant that they have this information or what it meant that they can use keystrokes. Like I didn't know what that meant. And then I was just like, okay, is it actually worth my like level of entertainment or my security? And I was just like, it's not worth it to me. So I decided to delete it. And there's still, Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts. And I have to say, as someone who loves TikTok, those other things are not even close. Like they're not even close. The algorithm's not the same. They do not target you the same way. On Instagram, I like one travel video and I've never gotten anything else. Nothing. It's just all travel videos. Like they suck, to be honest. Like nothing compares to TikTok, but I have been loving it recently. And I don't know. I don't have a lot of comments on it, but it kind of goes into my next one. So I'm just going to kind of overshare here.
That's okay.
But I have my next idea is that I've been really enjoying time off my phone and accepting the quote awkwardness of it. So something that I realized, like we went to DC and we were on the metro for like a decent amount of time. And while we were on our way back, my phone had died. My watch had died because apparently I was sucked that day at charging all my shit. Both had died. And I just realized like, oh my gosh. And me and Angela sat there and as Marissa knows, we were like playing games. Like we were playing, what are you thinking of? Or name a celebrity that starts with this letter. And the whole time I was just thinking like, it's so nice to live in real life because I get so consumed. Like I'm someone that gets really extra consumed. I'll watch YouTube videos for hours. I'll Instagram, TikTok, whatever. So all that to say, I've been really, really loving putting my phone down, especially at the work retreat. This was hard because when we feel awkward at these retreats, we all go on our phones because we don't know each other super, super well. We don't see each other every day. So I would very intentionally not pick up my phone. I would leave it sitting face down on the table, not look at it. And I would look around and everyone's on their phones and I'm just sitting there and I'm like, okay, I'm challenging myself to just accept this and like, just accept no one talking to me, looking awkward. I don't care if I look awkward. Everyone else on their phones looks awkward if I want to like say that, so I'm just trying to like be better at making the intentional choice of like, I'm not going to pick up my phone and we're going to deal with it because I usually just feel like I look weird or I get anxious or whatever. So I'm trying to let go of those things. And I hate to do this, but I'm just going to wrap up my entire list because this goes together too. And my last idea or thing I've been loving recently is just being outside. I know you said this too in one of your last favorites, which was so good. You were saying like eating outside and we were saying how nice it is just to be outside in general. The weather's warming up. So I'm trying to like put my phone down, pick up a book, go outside, listen to music, walk around, get the mail, like just presently enjoy life. So that is all wrapped up what I've been loving recently.
I love it.
And it's been very interesting. It's like a big introspective brain dump.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Because I like I'm one of those people, like when I'm alone I'll be on my phone, like not that much, because I don't know, I just like, if I could go without a phone I would, like I don't care about it that much, like I only use it really to communicate with people. Like if I didn't have Instagram I wouldn't be upset, if I didn't have TikTok I wouldn't be upset, if I didn't have any social media at all, maybe Snapchat I would be upset, because like that's how I mainly communicate with like some of my friends. But I just like, I am never on my phone, honestly. Like I would be interested, do you have the option on your phone to see your screen time?
I probably do, but I don't, it's not as easy as the iPhone, like it just tells you.
Yeah.
But I'll definitely search and see if I do.
If you're interested to know what mine is.
Yes, I am.
My average time spent on my phone is only 3 hours a day. Like that seems like a lot, but it's really not. Like I'll be on my phone for like 30 minutes in the morning while I lay in bed and I get ready to get up. And then like I'll be on my phone in the afternoons and like sometimes. But like last week, for example, when you were here on Tuesday, like the day that we like went to DC, I was only on my phone for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And the most time that I spent on an app was 18 minutes, and that was messages. Like I don't do anything on my phone like ever.
Yeah. That's really interesting. I do have it, by the way. And mine are more variable than yours is. It like apparently depends on the day. Some days I'm on the phone for 2 hours and some days I'm on it for 9. So like, I don't know the difference. And I don't know if that's because Monday through Friday I work and sometimes I do a lot of that on my phone.
Yeah.
A lot of posting, a lot of looking at posts, a lot of commenting, that kind of stuff. I don't know how long that realistically takes. But for instance, in a week I'll go Sunday through Saturday really quickly. Sunday, 8 hours. Monday, 9 hours. Tuesday, 2 hours. Wednesday, 6. Thursday, 3. Friday, 4. Saturday, 5. It just depends.
That's crazy.
So that's all I can really see. Oh, you know what? No. This is so inaccurate because I spent 13 hours on Waze, the navigation app. So like, I don't know if that counts. If we're not counting that knocked 13 hours off my week.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely use my phone for a lot of things like that. Like I use it utility wise. It says my app timers. It says the most I used this past week was Waze for an hour and a half and Maps and Travel for an hour and a half. So
that makes sense.
There's a good 3 hours of just maps. But yeah, so that's what I've been loving recently. That was just like putting it down.
Yeah, I love that.
And definitely, I think a lot of people fall into the trap of like the awkwardness, you know? It's like, oh, how do I fill the silence? How do I fill the space? How do I fill the blankness in my mind or feeling weird? And that is especially what I've been trying to tackle. I'm like, just accept it.
Yeah.
Move along. And I've always struggled with that my whole life. That's just like a product of anxiety, I think. But
just put it away. That's all you have to do.
Yes,
I love it.
That's been my main idea of life recently, and it's been very nice. But I'm very excited to hear about your foods, by the way.
Okay.
I can't wait.
Okay, so my first one is a brand of seltzer water with a specific flavor. So Polar Seltzer Water. It's a brand that I tried about this time last year, and I had tried it at the Charge Retreat, and it was just like one of the sponsors of our retreat that we had.
Oh, cool.
And it was honestly so good. They have like interesting flavors that like you normally can't find. So like they have like an orange and vanilla, so it's just like kind of like an orange creamsicle. And then they have my favorite is the cranberry lime flavor.
Yum.
And I think it tastes so good. And that's all about the seltzer water. My mom, she has one. She had tried one. It was like strawberry watermelon, and I haven't been able to find that one in stores yet, but she said it was really good. And then the next one is my Torani lavender syrup that I've been using for my lavender lattes, and it's almost gone. Isn't that crazy?
You just got it. I'm shocked.
I use it like every
I'm glad
morning,
you love it, though.
I put like 2 pumps in every one of my lattes, and I use it every day. So like, of course it's going to go by quickly, but I ordered a new one, and the flavor is bourbon caramel, and I'm really excited to try that one.
Okay. That'll go nice with your bourbon pods.
Well, okay. So
or whiskey, whatever they are.
I tried one of those pods yesterday.
You didn't like it?
And I tried it just like plain because I wanted to see if I liked it, because I can drink black coffee. Like it's something that like my body doesn't reject. I like it sometimes. This one tasted horrible, and it's not because it was whiskey flavored, because I like whiskey, but it smelled really good because it smelled so alcoholic, which was so weird. And then I tasted it, and it tasted so bitter and so burnt, and it was gross.
I don't like anything that comes out of the Nespresso black. If I have to drink a black cup of coffee, like a regular pot of coffee, I can. But for some reason, I don't like any of the things that come out of the Nespresso plain. It's actually really weird.
See,
that's so crazy.
I've tried the espresso like just on its own, like the double espresso dolce. Like I've like stuck my finger in and like just tried that, and that's like tasty to me. But I hated the black coffee. Sucks. And I tried to put milk in it, and it was not good either.
Aw, dang it. That's really sad.
It's okay.
You only got one box, right? Or did you get multiple?
I got one box, but
Phew,
I'm going to try and like see maybe if I put like brown sugar in it, if that will change the flavor.
Make it a thing.
And then Kyle told me to just try it and like put bourbon in it. And I'm like, okay, I could like have an alcoholic coffee.
Make an espresso martini, but not with vodka. Like with,
Ooh.
Like make that kind of vibe and then put coffee beans on the top. That could be cute.
That's a good idea.
Add a little foam.
Ooh.
Yeah, it might be worth a shot.
Maybe I'll do that.
Yeah. I don't even like espresso martinis, I don't think. But yeah, it seems like it makes sense.
Yeah, I've had an espresso martini and it was good.
Yeah, I've only ever tried it from a can, which Natalie had these Loverboy brand. Yeah, she had a Loverboy one.
I saw them at Kyle's house. I didn't try it, but like Kyle told me that Natalie hated them. So
that's wild because she liked it at first, but I left before she finished it, so I wonder if she changed her mind.
Maybe.
Because they were all like, Arika, you hate it? Like they all liked it, and then I wonder if she ended up realizing, because I tried it and I was like, this just doesn't taste right. I don't know if it tasted like a real one. I doubt it.
I don't know.
But this convo reminds me that I've been very highly interested, and I'm sure it'll happen in the next couple weeks, so I'll update, in making my own syrups at home. I really want to try to make a peanut butter syrup to like put all over the cup with peanut butter chocolate syrup, and then make like a Buckeye latte, which if you're from Ohio, you know the Buckeye latte. I'm sure it's other places called something else, but I feel like we just like calling it Buckeye latte because Ohio State Buckeyes, Buckeye State.
Or the Buckeye candy.
I want to do that. Yeah, Buckeye candy, yes. I know. I feel like people don't all know about Buckeyes. Isn't that weird? Like, I feel like some people, like even in the West Coast, have maybe never had a Buckeye.
They're like, so good, guys. Buckeye. You have so good. It's like a ball of peanut butter with a very light layer of chocolate around the outside.
I love that. That's a perfect ratio for me. And by the way, I forget that we have international listeners, so I bet that maybe people haven't heard of a Buckeye.
Probably.
So try it. But I love a Buckeye latte, which is just peanut butter and chocolate and then a regular latte inside of it. And I want to make my own peanut butter syrup because I just want to try it. The ones you see on the shelf, I'm always like hesitant because I'm not that health conscious, but some of the stuff in it, I'm like, I don't know what I'm eating. Yeah. So I don't know. So I'm going to try it.
I also don't like the idea of like a thin syrup that's flavored like peanut butter. Same. But at the same time, I don't like the idea of just melting peanut butter in a cup. Like I would rather it be like, I don't know.
It's got to have some added flavor, I think.
Yeah. I think it'd be really interesting if you could figure out how to make like a simple syrup that has like marshmallow and peanut butter in it.
Oh, there you go.
That'd be really good.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll keep you posted on my endeavors. I tried the other day to just put like peanut butter from our jar because we have this like the peanut butter is just peanuts. It's like peanuts and oil. We have like one of those ones that's like really natural. And so it's runnier. So I just poured it all over the edges because it was really runny and it just didn't, it just tasted like plain peanut butter. It needs like sugar and it needs maybe vanilla and like some other things. So I might try it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Let me know. Maybe I'll try it.
I will.
I'll go on this endeavor with you.
Okay, I'll have to send you my recipes.
Okay, and then my last food/drink, it's a condiment. And I showed Arika this when she was at my house. It was something I got for free in my HelloFresh box. It was like one of their like little samples that they send you, but it was a full size and it's almost gone. So when I go to the store today, I'm hopefully going to be able to find it. It's Nando's Peri-Nay's tangy and spicy mayo, and it is so good.
Wow. Okay, so tell us what you've been eating it with.
I've been putting it on like deli meat sandwiches. So I've been putting like turkey and like pepper jack cheese on like bread and then just putting that on as like the condiment. And that's really good. And then also I used it as like a dip for like wings and it was really good too.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. Oh my God. Everyone run to your store.
Yes.
I've never seen it before she showed me. I've never seen the brand or anything.
I haven't either in store, so I'm hoping that I can find it today when I go.
Yeah. Good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck, soldier.
But that's everything on my list. Do you have anything else that you thought of?
No, that's me too. And like I said, I actually just wanted a good excuse to like talk about some of the random things that I've been like thinking of lately. And I felt like this was a good way. So I hope you guys enjoyed this format of things we've been loving versus like top 10 random items. So let us know what you guys think. We'll probably mix them all in here and there because we love doing like a monthly update. And I always think we're not going to think of things. And then every month we come with big lists of random crap that you would never guess. Like we always have something to talk about, which I love. But yeah, I think that pretty much wraps up our episode. I can't wait to come back and talk to you guys next week when Marissa can tell us all about her trip to New York. We're so excited. Can't wait to hear about it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Definitely follow us on Instagram at We Run on Coffee and rate us 5 stars if you love this episode or any of our other ones. And follow us anywhere that you find podcasts. And with that, I'm Arika.
And I'm Marissa. And we run on coffee. Bye,
guys.